Okay, so hello and welcome to a brand new series which I'm going to be calling No Social Media Sundays. So I actually started this last Sunday, but I went up to London to see my sister who's just started some training for EasyJet. Just went up to Gatwick and then to Brighton, and I did a bit of footage there, but by the time I got back on Monday night I thought it was a bit too late to start uploading. So I thought, let's start this week. So it's Sunday afternoon today, and hopefully by the time this comes out it will probably be Monday evening, and I'm going to try to do that as a regular thing. I'm definitely not going to guarantee every single Sunday upload, but just as and when I can, I'm going to try and upload and basically just give my thoughts on things that have happened in my life and just stuff I've learned every single week. I think that'll be quite a good insight, and if you are someone who's just interested in what I think and what I get up to and kind of like a bit of raw, unedited, authentic footage, then this will be for you. And I'm going to try to do some different things. It won't just be me out right now just walking and talking. It's very cold today in England. I think it's around 1 degree. It's raining. It's been snowing. It looks nice, but it's raining now, hence why the hood is up. But yeah, like I say, hopefully, I'm thinking maybe in a couple of weeks I might do a Q&A. So if anyone wants to send me in any questions, then could get that started in the comments below after this video. But I'll post something on the community and maybe on Instagram too and get a few questions in there. Thought that would be good. Someone recommended that to me. But yeah, we'll do some other stuff. Next Sunday I'll be in Poland, so I won't be able to do one there. I don't think I'll probably get time, but I'm trying to get some footage there, and hopefully that will be good and interesting for you guys to see. But the first thing I want to talk about today, and this was a subject that my friend recommended to me, called Pull the Trigger, and he'll be watching this now, hopefully with a smile on his face. And basically what I mean by pull the trigger is we are given countless opportunities in our life on a daily basis, but a lot of us countless times just don't take them. And this could be not just in terms of a relationship or a career, but just all the micro moments that begin to add up. And I think this is something that's become more prevalent in my life, where I've just witnessed myself turn down opportunities that other people might not see, but once you start to become aware, you see that there is limitless opportunities that come in abundance. And yeah, I feel like it's something that a lot of people lack. There's a lot, even if you look at careers and stuff, a lot of jobs will be about strategy and all of this stuff. What's the strategy, what's the business plan and all of this. But if you like, the camera went a bit blurry there, decided to sit down, it's absolutely soaking. I don't know how much of the footage I'm going to get today out here. I might have to go home and just do a bit of a video from home. But as I was saying, I'll try to get this point kind of across, that even in careers and stuff, you see a lot about strategy, but when it comes to actually taking action, very few people want to do it. And you see, even I speak to a lot of people who tell me that they want to start posting content and stuff, and they've got all these ideas which I'm fully behind, and I will always tell everyone to go and chase their dreams and do what they want to do with their life. But when it comes to just taking action, very few people are like that. And when people say they're going to do something, I can't think of many people off the top of my head that will actually go and do it. Like myself, if I say I'm going to do something, I pretty much always try my best to go and do it. And I think we need more of that in society, where we see so many opportunities, and if you really just take action, you've just got to go fail and then learn and go again. And even when you fuck up, because we all fuck up, I fucked up a lot, and even this week there's been a couple moments where I thought I should have done a bit better, but just taking that action, taking the steps that we need to take. And obviously when my friend first mentioned this to me, we were talking a lot about women, because we were having the discussion, as we usually do, about why are we struggling with women. But when you get down to the bare bones of it, and if you're really honest with yourself, like we're like, well, yeah, it's because we're not actually going out our way to go speak to women. So how do you really expect to go and find someone if you don't go and talk to people. It really is that simple. And you see a lot of people that actually go and do this and are very successful. And yeah, you just never know what you do until you end up pulling the trigger, so to speak. And I advise you to bear this in mind in this week and just think, you just think back to this video. I remember when Thomas said, "Oh, just pull the trigger." When there's an opportunity in front of you, I kind of hope I'm kind of that angel, so to speak, on your shoulder or in the back of your mind, and you just think, okay, I've got an opportunity in here, whether it be a woman to approach or a job opportunity, or maybe just uploading on YouTube for the first time. And it suddenly becomes so much easier, and you start to feel so much better about yourself once you actually, like I say, go and pull the trigger. And that's the first point I want to make. I'm going to go on to 2 more points I want to talk about in this first episode, but I don't know if it's worth speaking. It looks like the camera's going fuzzy, so yeah, I'm going to get back to this when I get home, and hopefully the quality will be a bit better.
Okay, so I'm now back. I'm a lot drier, a lot warmer too. It's been a couple of hours since I returned, and to be honest with you, I've not really been feeling like picking up the camera, I can't lie. But as I said, we've pulled the trigger. We've got to do those important tasks that we don't always feel like doing, and it's that counts. It's not the little strategic planning around, and I could have done a lot of other stuff that isn't really that important, but I know the most important thing for me to do is pick up the camera and speak. That is the most important kind of job you can do as a YouTuber. And maybe thinking back to what you do with your career or whatever it may be, you could just got to do those important tasks, which can be the most painful in the moment and not the most exciting, but they get you the results at the end of the day. And I think YouTube is a great example, because I speak to a lot of guys, like I say, and they want to do YouTube, get into content creation, but they just don't pick up the camera because they're focused on the little things, editing, the fancy thumbnails, the description, the profile pictures, all of this little stuff that doesn't actually matter. And at the end of the day, we can all plan and we can all think and we can all say we're going to do this stuff, but the people that actually go and do the things, the important tasks that get you the results, are the people that are going to be successful at the end of the day. Like, you can have all the great ideas, the strategies and the knowledge you believe you have inside your head about anything, but until you actually go and do it, you will never become 1/100th of the success you could be. And compared to some guy who might not have the knowledge, might not have the experience, might not have the anywhere near as much natural ability as you at anything, whether that be a sport or anything in life, but because he's just gone at it every single day and just done the most important tasks and just got on with it, he has become a lot more successful than you. And I think it's always important. I always try and link things back to sports because it's been a big part of my life. I've just been watching football, and my team Leicester that I support have just had a new manager, and it's been a lot of fans have been very frustrated with the style of football because it's a lot slow build up type of football. And I know a lot of older people who are used to just thinking it's got to be passed forward, it's got to go forward, find this quite frustrating. And I know my dad in particular has voiced this to me, and I completely understand. And linking back to this point, at the end of the day, if you don't shoot and put yourself in those positions, then you're not going to win the games, and that has happened to the team quite a lot recently. But this does also link quite closely onto my second point that I want to make, and that is kind of all about discipline and just having patience with things, with everything in life. And that's something over the last few years that I've really began to master somewhat. When it comes to fitness and seeing results in my life, I've really learned that things do take time, and I've seen the results of things compounded, whether that be my body, my success with other areas of my life. It just does take a while, particularly as young men. We're not given anything really on a plate like some women might be with their looks. It's kind of, you got that, and you can access a lot of things through life just through being an attractive young woman. It's not the same for guys. And I feel like, because I've been an investor in the S&P 500, I feel like I've learned that this is a long game, and I use that as a good kind of analogy to life, that if I just play the waiting game and I compound every single day, just putting, even it doesn't have to be maximum effort every single day, then I will become very successful. I think the odds in my favor are just stacking in my favor every single day, because every single day I'm putting work towards the goals that I want to achieve, and that's all it takes, just a decent amount of effort every single day, and the results will speak for themselves in a few years. And I know if you start this, I've spoke to a lot of people doing this, within a few years your results are more than you could believe. Like that old saying, you will probably overestimate what you can achieve in 1 year, but you'll completely underestimate what you could achieve in 5 and 10 years. And I really do want to just stress the importance of just being disciplined and just being patient as a young man, because it's hard. I know how hard it is to get what you want. Like you probably haven't got the results you want yet, and you wouldn't have kind of fell into this content like I did myself, because I didn't have what I wanted in my life. And I'm not there yet by any means, but I'm really just enjoying the journey, and I'm making a lot of mistakes along the way, but I'm learning from them, and I'm not gonna just quit with YouTube or anything like that, or all the other kind of things that I've seen in my life where I've seen results, but I know they can be a lot better, and I'm just gonna be patient, and then when the time comes, then I'll reap the rewards from it. And I hope you yourself watching this do the exact same thing as me, and stay in it for the long haul. And the final point I wanted to make in this first episode of my No Social Media Sunday is that reintegration with society is very important after a while of maybe monk mode, so to speak, where me myself, being very introverted, I like to spend time just working on things that matter with me and spend time with my family and just being at home. I'm very happy to kind of just do that. I don't really need a lot of social interaction, but recently, last couple of days, I've been out and I've had a few drinks and had like a Christmas work do yesterday, and I feel like this is really important, because a lot of the reason why we go into this monk mode, not just in terms of big goal if it becomes to work or like financially trying to earn more money, I think it's important to do it in terms of leveling up our social skills and leaving kind of the social world after a while, because we're not at a stage where we're happy with how we are and we want to go and level that up. So where we go and maybe read or listen to some podcasts and just learn, but at the end of the day we can have all of this, but we need to go back out there, back after maybe 2-3 months, and reintegrate with society. And that's something that I've done over the last weekend, because really since I've been back, I had a family wedding in Rhodes, which was around the start of September time, and now I think it's the 3rd of December. It's been almost 3 months, not far off 3 months, and I've barely really done a lot socially, like a few stuff with the family and a few stuff with friends, but mainly that's gym or going for food, like nothing really major at all. And I feel like we all need to do this to kind of go back out there and see how we've improved in our skills. And I think it's just good for us socially to just be out there, and even if it's with people that we may not necessarily know that well, and just meeting new people, catching up with people, because that's what I did with a friend the other week. And I feel like that is important, and it's getting a lost art of society. A lot more people are just staying in and living like me, and I definitely have learned that it's not necessarily a good thing. And I think it's important to go through these periods of monk mode, or whatever you want to call it, where we do focus on these big goals. I've always said that, but it's important to go back out there socially. And yeah, that's the last point I wanted to make on this first video. I think my camera's about to die, so I'm not gonna go on for too much longer. Another point I just wanted to make was with drinking slightly, you might be able to tell my face, I think it is looking a little bit puffier, I'd say. And my sleep has not been good over the weekend. I went to bed about 9:15 last night, and I did get around 9-10 hours sleep, but it does not feel like it. I'm very tired, so gonna get an early one night ahead of a new week ahead, and it's just something that if you are someone who has been going out, if you are deciding to change kind of how you live your life, maybe go more for focusing on a big goal, online business, whatever it may be, your career, anything like that, you really do learn that it does take its toll on you. And I would not be able to do this every week whatsoever, because this weekend I have not done a lot of work and not worked towards my goals really. I went to the gym for about 45 minutes yesterday, and that was about it. So that's another take that I've learned from this weekend, and I'm sure there's other things that I could think of, but yeah, I think they're the main points that I wanted to make. So just to recap, it's about pulling the trigger. We've got to, when we see opportunities, the next one you see in front of you, I want you to take it, and maybe you'll come back to this video in a week, and yeah, we'll see how you've done. I'd really appreciate that. It'd be good to see. And remember to be patient, because I feel like that is so key if you are looking for long-term success. And it's actually, I'm really enjoying just working towards those goals. I think when you have those goals and you're working towards them every single week and you're patient, you'll really see the rewards, and yeah, you'll just feel a lot more fulfilled. And then finally, what was the last point? I've forgotten now. Reintegrating with society. If you're someone who has not been very social over the last few months, particularly in winter, I know it's a lot harder. It's a lot easier to stay indoors, especially if you're from the UK. Like you saw earlier, it's very cold, it's very dark, it's quite gloomy outside, but every now and then, maybe just once a month, just go out and do something in a big social environment, because I feel like we need to do this as human beings. We are social creatures at the end of the day. And yeah, just do that, see how it feels, go back, improve, work on yourself, and keep doing this, and I think you will definitely get there, and hopefully you enjoy those social situations a lot more, because I feel like that is the way we should be living our lives. We are tribal creatures, and yeah, we should be in large social groups a lot more really than we do live our lives. That's something I've really realised. So yeah, that's what I have for today. Like and subscribe, enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you again maybe in 2 weeks. Take care.